Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. Before we get started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to some of our friends. The Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. Search for them on Facebook. Central Minnesota Pond Racing. Search for them on Facebook. The historic Lancaster Motel for the ultimate Eastern trail riding adventure. Crane's Snowmobile Museum at 172 Main Street in Lancaster, New Hampshire. The Vintage Snowmobile Club of America Quarterly Magazine. The New Hampshire Snowmobile Museum at Bear Brook State Park in Allenstown, New Hampshire. If you decide to advertise with the Vintage Snowmobile Podcast, this could be your advertising message. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have a robust lineup of vintage snowmobile entertainment on tap for you tonight, including a live guest. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, if you're joining us for the first time tonight, I hope you have a good time with us tonight and decide to join us here each and every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this, just circle back in 1 week's time, and we'll be here waiting for you. And of course, to our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you guys are the ones that make this possible and keep this going. And we thank you so very, very much for that. We do have comments coming in. Let's take a look. Kevin Culhane says loud and clear. He's from Sudbury, Ontario, and a regular viewer. Thank you so much, Kevin. Great to see you. Our good friend Reese Fleury from Tupper Lake, New York, regular viewer. Great to see you. Also, our friend David from Alaska Railroad, he says, good evening, sounds great, viewing from Wisconsin, and he's a regular viewer. We're going to be looking at some images that he sent us a little later in the podcast, so we have that to look forward to. Also, Andrew Strakos, good here in Granville, New York. I had the opportunity to meet Andrew last summer at Old Forge, New York. All right, so with all of that out of the way, let's bring on our guests. Just a couple of clicks away here. And turn on the microphones. I think we're in business. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Good, yo.
Good. Nice to see everybody tonight. Cool deal. Well, before we get the party started, I have to ask. This begs the question, since it's this time of year. Jim, how are we doing for snow up there?
We are loaded for bear for snow. We got a ton of it. We'll share.
Wonderful, and you're
We got a lot of
and you're up in northern Maine, by the way.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool deal. And then Rob, how you fixed for snow in Ontario?
We got too much.
Too much.
There's too much snow on top of the lakes, and the water's starting to come up, turning to slush. And we're
Really?
expecting another 8 more inches tomorrow night, and it's all coming within 2 hours. So they say it's
Wow.
going to come so fast they're going to have to pull the plows off the road on a Friday night. That's not good.
That could get interesting. Yeah.
That's when we get to take our snowmobiles up in the roads.
There we go. Yes. Yeah. Totally. Well, cool. So yeah, if you're a regular viewer of this program, the gentleman you see in the middle there, Jim Leighton, is no stranger to you. He's been on the podcast many times, and he's a good friend of the podcast, and he always has something interesting to show us, and I'm sure tonight will be no exception. I'm going to put you full screen, Jim, if you want to talk to us about what we're about to look at here.
Well, yeah. I got one that's not vintage, but it's gonna stick out in the show just because I think what my thought process was here is to look at a little bit of evolution for the Blizzard, the Skidoo Blizzard. So I've got 3 here to look at. We're going to start with a 1971 440 Blizzard, and then we've got a 1980 5500 Blizzard, and then the 2019 850 Blizzard. So you'll be able to see from one end to the other how much they've changed over the years. The crazy amount. And then we'll walk around the room, and we'll look at a few other sleds that are hanging in the corners, and some are dusty, and so. But we'll take a good look.
Wonderful, and I agree. That was a wonderful idea to line them up in chronological order like that, so we could see the evolution of the Blizzard, because that's an iconic sled. Then and now.
My roots go deep with the Blizzard. My father raced Blizzards, and we've had it on the podcast before, the 71 800 797. I've had that on the show before, and I think we actually started it that first time we were on, but
we did.
So we'll take a view of these things. We won't be running anything tonight, but we'll take a view of them, and hope everybody enjoys it.
Wonderful. Yeah. Whenever you're ready, we'd love to take a look.
All right, let me switch around here. My camera, for some reason, is, we're a little bit, I don't know what was happening, but I think is it widescreen now?
It is, yeah.
All right, let's start here. So here's the big zoom of them all.
There we go. That's the money shot.
Right down the line. So as we stated, this one's a 1971. This one was redone with Tom Peters owned this sled. He picked it up from a friend of ours, Toby Williams. It's not with us anymore, down in Bangor, and brought it home and spent long hours with a lot of people restoring this machine. And Tom's been on your podcast for he's been inducted to the Snowmobile Hall of Fame. This is kind of one of the sleds like he used to race back in the day. So Tom's been having some health issues and stuff, and he wanted this to stay in a good collection, so he sold it here to my buddy, and so here it sits, brand new, never been started since the day they rebuilt it. Everything is brand new on it, and so it's quite the machine.
Wow, very impressive.
Then next, the guy that owns this one now, his brother. We found this one in Augusta, Maine. He's been looking for a 1980 5500 Blizzard or 9500, and we found this one, and this one's in pretty good shape, really, for the year of it. It's not all beat up. It's not all rotted out. You could tell it's been ridden a little bit, but it's not tore to pieces, so runs really well. He takes it on the rides when we go vintage riding and what have you, so really nice little sled. And then you can see the comparison when you look sideways at the two when you dodge over to the 2019 850 Blizzard. How the color match, how they did
they were harkening back to that color scheme, and that was a good move on their part, because that was a really sharp looking color scheme.
It was that everybody likes that when they see that old Blizzard, they like that color scheme, and that was smart for Bombardier to come out and do that. This one belongs to my cousin Russell. He's chatted on the podcast with you a few times. He's the one that's got these rules that we have yet to rebuild, but
Sure. In fact, he's on here making a comment. I'm going to interrupt you here for 1 second. He says, Russ Leighton from Long Lake, Maine. April says, tell Jim he's looking great.
there.
Cool deal.
So that's, I mean, you know, there's quite a difference in length. You know, each one of them got a little longer each year, right? And
yeah.
So that's, you know, that's just kind of, I just thought it was neat to kind of, since we had them all spread all over, we brought them into one place. We could kind of show that.
Yeah, great thinking on that. It looks really sharp.
How that all went.
And then we've got Stacy and Art Fosler making a comment. They say they've got a 1980 Blizzard 5500 and its sister to the 1980 Motoski Grand Prix Special.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then someone else is saying the original Blizzards were iconic because they were purpose-built race sleds, never ones built for the trails. Good point.
Yep, these Blizzards right here were never trail sleds. These were specifically sold in low numbers, production in low numbers, and sold just to racers. You had to be some kind of race heritage to get a sled like this to be able to have it and race it.
Wow.
So you couldn't, like the 5500 or the other Blizzard, right? You could just go to the store and you could buy those at the dealer. These ones here, you couldn't do that. So
nice.
That's the really cool part of that. I mean, I think if I remember right, my 797 Blizzard has got a real low production number of 128 or something like that. I can't remember the numbers right offhand. I got it wrote down somewhere, but
sure.
So these were low production numbers. So not as low as the Arctic Cat when we get to the Puma over there, but
what size motor is in that 71 Blizzard?
What's that?
What size motor is in the 71 Blizzard?
That's a 440.
440.
Twin cylinder, yep. So we can go off these unless anybody's got some questions. We'll just kind of roam around a little bit there. We've got a cool little school rule. We'll make Russell jealous because this is what he wants his to look like someday when we get him on the shelf and rebuild them. But that's in really good shape. Runs really well, this one.
Nice.
That old Scarule. So the Mercury Snow Twister. From what I understand, this one raced and did very well at one point in time in Eagle River.
Eagle River, nice.
This sled here. Oh, and then we've got the Puma 793, 1970. This has the this triple cylinder, has the megaphones underneath. According to the serial numbers in the Arctic Cat registry, in 1970, Arctic Cat made 3 of these sleds.
Wow!
And they made one of them a mod, and this is the mod.
That's amazing. So that's an extremely rare item right there.
How did you find that machine?
Yeah. What's that?
How did you find that machine?
Well, that was an interesting story. we were trucking through the back parts of Maine and we're picking up a snowmobile for my buddy's brother, and we happened to come. We went to this guy's place, and he has all kinds of vintage stuff, beautiful stuff, and he had this sled here, and his whole goal in life was to have a King Cat and a 793 Blizzard. And I just so happened to know where there was a 793 Blizzard at the time. He actually bought it. And when he bought it, he just kept calling my buddy and said, "Hey, listen, how about you buy this and buy this?" And he ended up picking it up. So,
wow,
makes for a nice little collection piece here.
That's a nice find.
Yeah, got a few snow jets on the shelf. A couple down below you can't see.
Yeah.
There's a Rupp up there.
Oh yes, yeah. It looks like a Scorpion too.
Scorpion right there. Yep.
And some moto skis.
A couple of moto skis. There's a few old Arctic Cats we had set up to race vintage racing with.
Oh wow, painted orange. Wow.
Painted, yeah, his business colors.
Sure. Okay. There you go.
Yeah. So
well, that's going to stand out.
Yes, it did. Yeah. Snow jet. A little skunk. And then we'll make our way over to the other wall here. Here's some Alpines, 67 through 1970.
Wow.
Like I say, these things, this stuff here is going to be really dusty because of all the construction that happened as they were building the bowling alley and the restaurant. But
Sure.
eventually, once this gets cleaned up, we're going to polish them up and get them up on the shelves, and so you can, so be able to have a good look at them.
Nice.
Dusty as can be, but that's a Rupp, 440 Rupp. I don't know a lot about them, but I do understand that bumper is the heat exchanger.
Yes.
For the liquid cooled motor. That 292, I believe that there has only got a couple 100 miles on it, I think.
Wow.
Wow.
Another little snow jet.
Did we see a silver bullet up there beside that?
What's that?
Was there a silver bullet beside that Yamaha?
Yes, there's 3 silver bullets here, all 3 of them.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's that one there.
Yeah.
And then we'll go over to the other 2. So that's the 3. That's the 3. The 294, the 340, and the 440.
Yeah.
Oh.
This
Something
is
for
the
everyone.
The one on the left is a 294, and then the 440 is on the right, and then that one up here is a 340.
340. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
And then the cat to the right. Now, is that an LT gray? What are we looking at there? Or is that
this
an
one
EXT?
right here?
Yeah.
That is, what is that? Let's climb up here. If I fall.
Yeah, don't
What do we
fall.
got here? 340.
LT
I've only
gray,
seen this one once. I think it's an EXT, but I'm not positive.
Oh, it is. Yeah. I just saw on the.
Right on
Yes.
the hood.
You seen it?
Yes,
Yeah.
right on the front if you look down on it.
Oh, there
Yeah.
it is.
Yes.
440 EXT. Yeah.
Sweet.
I've seen this one time. We had it out one time and all cleaned up. And man, what a sharp looking sled that is.
Yeah, I'll bet. It looks like it might be like a 73 or so. Maybe
Yeah, it could be.
74. I don't know. If Josh Leverker is on, he'll be able to tell us. He knows a lot about the EXTs.
Yeah. If it was down on the bottom, I'd take the cover and show you a little more of it. But
Sure.
then we've got a couple of homemade monsters here. A couple of homemade links.
Yeah, loose
Chassis,
front suspension.
See the suspension?
Yeah. Wow.
Well, that's not factory.
Yeah.
Yeah, a guy right here in Caribou got those and built the motors and built the sleds and put the suspensions underneath of them. I believe they're a Polaris suspension underneath of them.
Wow. like
And
an
they
Indian
ride
thing.
really well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This
Pretty
might be
neat.
Josh Leverker. He's saying 73 EXT. There were no EXTs in 74. Yeah, thank you for that.
There. Good.
Cool deal.
Yeah, I wish I could show you more of it. And we've got some my favorites, the old yellows.
Yeah,
Right.
iconic.
This old
Oh, and a Colt.
Polaris here.
Looks like a 76 Colt, maybe, give or take.
Yeah, it's in, this one looks to be in really good shape. Sorry about that. I haven't seen this one at all. So
Yeah.
down off the shelf. So, but
Those were
it
nice.
looks really good.
Those were so prolific back in the day. It was an entry level sled, but it was a lot of sled for the money. And at least where I was, a lot of people had them.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot here too as well. I'll do a little shine down for you that way.
There we go.
go.
Sea of yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, and we've got some more comments coming in. Where was I here? Okay, so David from Alaska Railroad says, "Good looking sleds, Jim."
Yeah.
Now, that one we already read. Okay, and then John Spranger Jr. says, "Awesome 71 797." David from Alaska Railroad says he loves the Snow Twister. Roger Cormier has a message for Rob and I. He says, "Thank you for the nice Amsoil shirt that he won in a trivia question." He
Send
says,
a
"Awesome
picture."
show and tell tonight." Yes, we'd love to see a picture of you in that, Rob.
Reese, you owns the
Absolutely.
picture too.
Yes, Reese Cormier, Reese Fleury. I'm sorry. Yeah, love to see a picture of you I can't talk. Love to see a picture of you in your Amsoil shirt. And then Dale Crawford says, "What size motor is in the 79 Blizzard?"
It's a 1980 and it's a 5500.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Stacy and Art Fosler said the Colt was their first sled in '77, a Colt SS 250, and they still have it. Wonderful.
Nice.
Like to see some pictures of that. That was an iconic sled. Those were great.
Yeah. Yeah,
But yeah.
sled's. Oh. Then we got 669, 1969, 669.
Yeah.
That one's in really good shape. That's a lot better shape than mine. My father I've got my dad's. It's he bought it brand new. It's on a shelf, but he raced it, and it's in pieces. But I've got it all, and I've had many people want to buy parts and pieces and buy the whole sled, and I said it's not for sale.
Yeah. Yeah. Too many memories attached to that.
Yeah. Yeah. So Elan, and then that was the first. That 69 was the first race sled that we picked up to try to race around when vintage racing started coming up good here. So That was a fun little toy. So, and then we've got a little ski boost, but I want to show a ski boost. I'm going to have to I'll go around here a little bit here. You'll probably see some garbage and some restaurant equipment.
That's all right.
I want to show this trailing toboggan. I personally never have seen one before, and when I seen it, I thought it was really cool. It's a Mercury, and it's a tote sled.
Oh, nice, yeah.
It says Mercury down on it.
Yeah.
Here. And I don't know if anybody's ever seen them before, but I personally never seen one.
I haven't either.
I just thought it was really cool.
I've never seen one like that neither. That's unique.
Looks like a good design.
Yeah. Yeah. Missing it's just missing the tow bars, all it's missing on it.
So is there like a little tunnel on each side of the seat for you to put your feet in?
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. A little backrest there and padded
That's a better
seat
angle,
all
yeah.
the way up. You must be
Nice.
able to put 6 kids in there.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one I've ever seen, and I just think it's really neat.
Yeah. The whole family and the cousins too.
Yeah. 3 people on the sled and 6 on the ski boost. So that one. Then we got a buried Mach 2 ski boost here.
Oh yeah.
I was going to dig that out for the parade tomorrow, but I've run out of time.
Yeah.
Or Saturday, actually.
Sure.
So. And then we got one last one here that just come into the collection there not too long ago.
There we go.
So it's not in bad shape. I guess it runs.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep. We'll go back over to the blizzards there, and so
How
we've
many
got
machines-
a big
How
event.
many machines
going on.
are there in the collection, Jim?
Boy, I don't know. I tried to put it all in an Excel spreadsheet one time, and I started going through them and putting them all together because this isn't all of them here, and it just, I don't know, it just gets overwhelming. You'd never have enough time.
Yeah.
To do that with, so my goal here with these last couple of weeks is there's a huge event going on in Caribou called the Snow Bowl, and tonight is the kickoff, and we're here at the new restaurant and bowling alley in Caribou that my buddy owns, and they're doing the kickoff here for all of the vendors and everybody that was here that's helping out and get this thing going. So tomorrow, our benefit, Brian's Ride, is doing a trail ride with regular snowmobiles or whatever is going to show up. So we're going to do that trail ride. Sounds like we've got 30, 40 sleds signed up for it already. So hopefully it's a good ride. We'll do a chicken stew and hot dogs halfway through the event. And then Saturday kicks off some racing. So out to the local Spud Speedway, the local racetrack, they've built a snowcross track, and they're going to have some new style sled snowcross racing. They're going to try to do a little vintage racing. We'll see how that goes. So that'll be Saturday and Sunday during the day. Saturday night at 4:00, there's a vintage show that kicks off in town with a band. They're going to do a parade, whether it's cars, snowmobiles, whatever is going up through. They're going to have a trail for snowmobiles and and they'll leave open thing for vehicles or what have you. So they're going to do that, and we'll have our vintage show that night. And then there's a Rev X show. So there's going to be a guy out on the street with a big jumps, and he's going to be doing backflips and stuff like that with the new sleds. And so it's going to be a busy weekend, but it should be a fun weekend.
Yeah, for sure. If anyone is near Caribou, Maine.
Jim? What town is this in, Jim?
Caribou, Maine.
Caribou, Maine. Okay.
Yep.
Man, that's a full schedule.
That is a huge schedule. And everything is, when you're trying to do, if you want to do two things at once, you got to really plan your day out. I want to be in the parade with a vintage sled and I also want to make sure my vintage sleds are set up for the show at the end of the vintage parade. So, you gotta get to it. And then I do pictures. So I do a lot of, when there's races, Mike's probably seen my photos from the Turner race.
Yeah.
And I do, I go and do vintage snowmobile racing and pictures and stuff. So I'll do pictures at this race and stuff like that. So it should be fun. It's going to be a lot, but it should be fun.
Yeah, for sure. If anyone is within driving distance of Caribou, Maine, that's the place to be this weekend.
It definitely is. It definitely is. They have got a lot going on.
Nice.
So, yep.
Very cool.
I don't know if anybody's got any questions or.
That's an awful sweet collection.
there's
a lot of
stuff.
everything in there.
What's that?
Got a quite assortment of everything in there.
Yes. Yeah.
Good variety for sure.
Yeah.
Now we do have comments coming in. We've got Reese Fleury. He says, thank you to Rob for the Amsoil shirt. He's going to send us a picture of him in it soon. And then James Spranger says, Jim, does that 71 440 Blizzard run?
It's brand new. The motor was totally built brand new. And though the whole sled was redone, brand new. And when Tom had it, he never put an ounce of gas in it. He hasn't, as a matter of fact, Tom never even sat on this sled till the day he sold it. And I happened to be there. And I said, Tom, you got to at least sit on it so I can get you a picture of it. You want it. The only person that ever sat on it was his grandson, according to him. So I said, you got to sit on it. Let me get you a picture. It runs, but it's never run. Okay, if that makes sense.
Sure.
And we're not really sure, do you start it? Because, Tom, that's, this is his pride and joy right here. You know what I mean? This is good right here. It doesn't really need to be started, I guess.
Sure.
If you want to hear one run, I'll start my 797.
There we go. Is that nearby or?
No, it's in my trailer ready for the show Saturday.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We have heard that run on the podcast though. That thing makes some noise. I like how the pipes crackle.
So how many are you taking to the show, Jim?
I think we'll probably have, I think we're going to have probably close to 10.
Wow.
We're going to take these, the 71 and the Mercury and the Arctic out of here. I've got 3 loaded. I've got a Black Dot 340, a 335 Olympic, and my Blizzard loaded in my trailer. We got a Snowjet coming in another trailer, and I've got my Kitty Cat that I'm bringing. So they're going to be, they'll probably be 9 or 10 sleds that we're going to bring.
Good.
So we'll see how it all goes.
Yeah. Now, Jim, I keep seeing something on the right there. It's something purple. Is that just a tarp, or is that what is that?
Something
to the right
purple.
of that plow. To the right of that plow.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, or that might just be a tarp over something.
Just a tarp, yeah.
Okay, all right.
There's not much. There's a few motor ski parts, jet ski parts over here. That's
Gotcha.
about all that's
all right. It looks like an SST hood there, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, some stuff there. So, yeah, that's it. That's the walkthrough for the.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jim, for the tour. That's it's always good to see what you have there, whether it's your collection at home or what's going on here at the back of this restaurant. You've always got really cool things to show us.
Well,
And
I love doing something different all the time. You know what I mean? When I go to the shows, I like to pick up something different, takes a little something different. So, gets a little boring when you do something all the same. And when you're lucky enough to have a buddy that's got a collection like this, and I've got a pretty good collection, and, makes it nice.
yeah, for sure. Now we've got a comment that's come in. Stacy and Art Fosler are saying the 5500 Blizzard has a 500cc fan-cooled engine in it.
Yep.
Cool deal.
One of the best fan-cooled motors you could ever buy. That thing is bulletproof.
Sure. Well, cool. So, here we go. So Dale Crawford is asking, can you fire up the 1980 Blizzard?
I wish I could. I was supposed to tonight, but look, we broke the recoil.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had too small of a rope on it. Is what happened.
Sure.
I didn't have the right gauge rope, and the rope didn't break. It actually pulled out. So it's rebuilt now. I just didn't get enough time before the podcast to put it on.
Sure. That's all
I
right.
was out taking pictures of we had that big event out in the bowling alley there, and I was taking pictures out there. So it kind of took me off guard to give me enough chance to put that on. But that
Sure.
runs really nice. It smokes. Going to smoke up the place when you start it, but it runs good.
Sweet. Well, cool. So yeah, Jim, we'd love it if you could stick around. We've got some announcements to make, and then we're going to look at some videos, but we'd love it if you could stick around for the rest of the podcast with us and look at some videos with us.
Okay, I'll try to. Yep.
Wonderful. Well, cool. Let me change screens here, and I'm also going to pop the menu up and show you where we are. We are about to go on to item number 2, and this is the part of the program where Rob talks to us about AMSOIL. And I'm going to put you full screen, Rob, and yeah.
Okay. A number of times we talked about how to become a preferred customer, how to get the best discounts and all that on all the AMSOIL products. But a couple of times people have been sending us messages and asked, how do we make money off it? Well, the way we make money, AMSOIL gives us the opportunity of signing up other preferred people. We can sign up other dealers, and we can also sign up retail and commercial accounts. Every time we sign up one of those accounts, they buy directly from the company. The company sends us a bonus check, an average of 10%. So if they buy $1,000, they give us a $100 check, and they buy directly from AMSOIL. It's a great part-time business you can grow into a full-time income. And a lot of people have a problem about where do I buy AMSOIL? So that's why we sign them up as a preferred. They can order directly themselves, get their product shipped directly to them. They save 25% on it. Every month, AMSOIL has a promotion thing. Right now, if you buy $75 worth, they're going to give you a free top loop for your car. And last month, you bought 3 quarts of Hardy oil, you got a free AMSOIL hat. So every month they have a promotion thing for you. But by showing them how they can get the best possible discount by being a preferred, it helps us make money. So it's a great part-time job. You can grow into a full-time income, or you can just become a preferred customer yourself and buy it directly from AMSOIL and save money. And Mike has an email where you can contact him with his Zetto number. You can get a free catalog, show you all about all the AMSOIL products we have available, and more information about how to become a preferred, or if you're interested in learning how to make money at AMSOIL, give Mike a message. He'll try to set you up as a dealer where you can buy and sign up other accounts. If you know a shop that would like to have it, or a commercial place, a farmer, unlimited amount of places you can go to sell AMSOIL. And they buy directly from AMSOIL and get a great discount on the products too.
Yeah, for sure. And the nice thing too, if you in the description there are links to all of this that he was talking about, as well as my referral number. If you sign up under me, Rob and I are both available to you for coaching and support, anything you need. And Rob and I each bring something unique and valuable to the table. I'll give you an example. Rob has been doing AMSOIL for over 40 years. So he knows all of the different products. He knows all of the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. There's quite a few ways you can do the AMSOIL business. One of the things that Rob is especially strong in is that he sells AMSOIL at shows, snowmobile shows, car shows, races, cruise nights, anything like that. So if you're like Rob and I and you like going to those events, Rob can coach you on how to monetize those experiences of going to those events. A lot of times Rob will be at a show like that and he'll be dressed like you see him now with an AMSOIL hat, an AMSOIL shirt, and people will approach him and ask questions about AMSOIL, and that gets the conversation started. And he a lot of times will have some catalogs handy like this to hand out. So it's very easy to get the ball rolling. The thing that I bring to the table is I do a lot with social media. So I can coach you on how to generate leads on social media, how to create Facebook pages, YouTube channels, things like that. And I also have existing Facebook groups that you can post in right away. There are a few guidelines as far as some do's and don'ts on how to do that. But if once you sign up under me, you can be posting within a couple of days in there, and I'll share with you the guidelines on how to do it effectively and how to stay on the right side of the algorithm and on the right side of the audience. And I've got a number of places you can post like that. So Rob and I both bring something to the table, unique and hopefully valuable to you as a dealer. If you sign up under me, we're both available to you with all of that I just described.
Yep.
Well, cool. So let's move on here to item number 3. Now, David from Alaska Railroad is watching tonight, and he shared some images with me. He also sent me an email describing what we're going to look at, and I'll read it. It says, "Good evening, Mike and podcast fans. We are currently in Eagle River, Wisconsin, February 16th through the 20th, but due to poor conditions in Eagle River, we had to travel to the UP of Michigan. Here are some photos of the world-famous racetrack in Eagle River, also some vintage iron in the Eagle River Museum. Stay tuned because I have photos of old iron from Sainer, Wisconsin, and the St. Germain Museum as well." And this, again, is from David at Alaska Railroad. And it'll just take me a moment here to queue up the video. Yeah, pardon me for the delay here. I just need to get in the right spot. And yeah, here we go. Here comes that video. So yeah, thank you so much to David at Alaska Railroad for those images. See anything you like in there, Rob?
There was one white one. I didn't know what it was. The name was across the front hood, but I couldn't read what the name was. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I thought Eagle River, the museum, would be all race machines, but no.
I mean, a little bit of everything. Yeah, a lot of consumer sleds in there.
Yes.
Sure. And then Jim, I don't know if you were viewing that or not, but did you see anything catch your eye in that video?
Yeah, I had to put some covers on the sleds there. My phone is just about dead here.
Oh, gotcha. All right, that's all right.
Yeah, I had to get everything out of the way. It's snowing hard here, and they got to get this big loader out tonight for snow removal. So.
Oh, they're coming for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, sorry about that.
No worries at all. No worries at all. But I do know, Jim, you were mentioning that you do like to take photos at events, races, and so forth. And I'm going to put this out there to you and to anyone else viewing. As you can see, David from Alaska Railroad shared those images with me, and I just put them together into a little montage with some music under it. So if anyone viewing this is going to events or races, anything like that, and you're able to take some images, please share them with me, and I'll do the same thing for us all to enjoy.
Well, good. I'll get some photos of see if there's anything different at the Vintage Show, and I'll get some photos and send them to you.
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much. And also, whether someone's getting photos or video, always be sure and hold the camera horizontal like this for a wide shot. It's difficult for me to edit vertical footage.
Jim, I got a sleigh at the cottage. It's called a banana. There's no places for your feet. You sit down and cross your legs, and it can fit 6 kids in it, and they all want me to go do S-turns with them all in and all that, and they try to fall out, and then they all try to run and jump back in.
Yeah.
Any idea who it's made by?
I have no idea. I don't know if I've ever heard of that before.
Yeah. Well, maybe next week I'll try to get a picture and put it on the
Yeah,
broadcast.
maybe it's just something we've seen or know about, but didn't know the name of it.
I bet you we've owned it for 40 years.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, do try and get an image of that. I'm sure someone viewing will know something about it.
Yeah.
Somebody's
And
got to know.
go ahead. Speaking of which, we do have comments coming in. We've got Stacy and Art Fosler with a question for Rob. So, what was the spray you put on your snowblower to keep the snow from sticking?
Heavy duty MP.
I might even have an image of that. Let's see here.
Yep.
Yes, that item on the right.
Quick.
Yep.
Hey, my phone's dying quick. I got to shut it down.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Jim. It was great to see you.
Yeah, thank you. We'll be back.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
And on my daughter's little car, since it's only 13-inch tires on it, there's not much room in the wheel well. One side of the car, I sprayed it with a heavy-duty MP, and the other side, I didn't spray it. And with the aggressive snow tires, the other side was just filled right full, froze solid. And before she leaves every morning, she's got to kick that ice off there. The side spray with the MP, nothing stuck.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people will go and spray underneath the entire car in the fall to give it protection through the winter from all of the salt and grime. It is an excellent product.
You know, the best time to do that is in the spring. Nothing will rust out in the wintertime. You want to spray it in the spring. It's called de-icing. Get the desalting. So you spray the oil in the springtime and it takes the salt off. Because nothing will rot during the wintertime, so why spray it in the fall?
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the companies now are doing more in the spring than they are in the fall.
Good point. Yeah. Cool. And yeah, and thank you also to Stacy and Rob for asking about that. And then Russ Leighton says, tell Jim to become an AMSOIL dealer and he'll be his first customer. Great idea. And I apologize for the bad timing on that. Jim just got off the podcast. I wish he could have seen that, but hopefully you'll catch up with him with that comment. We would love to have him sign up under us to be a part of that. And cool deal. And then one other comment, we've got David from Alaska Railroad saying, I'll be sending you more for next week's show. Yeah, thank you so much for that. Yeah, that is cool. And I think that enriches the show by giving it that much more variety. I mean, I love going to shows and taking video and everything, but it's nice to see what other people are doing in other parts of the country. And it's just really nice to mix it up.
It's nice to see what people has in their garage.
For sure. Yeah. And then one more comment, David from Alaska Railroad says that MP would work great in my Polaris Edge tunnel. They love to build up ice in the rear. Think that would help with that?
We used them on our sliders when we were oval racing. Stop the sliders from overheating.
Yeah, nice. Very cool. Very cool. All right, so we are on item number 4. This is, again, from another viewer, footage from one of our viewers, Dirk Seams. He shared with me quite a few video clips, and we've been looking at them along here the last few episodes, but we've got some more to look at. This is from the Midwest Ride-In in Elk River, Minnesota. Let me get that queued up here. And here it comes.
This one I've never seen before. Let's see how it goes. A good thing to get your foot in there. The snowmobile parking area up by the big shed here. We can get in and get out of the cold. Around 0 this morning, light north breeze. Kind of a cool day. They got a few scorpions behind me here. They're starting to line up down at the show area, and then there'll be a trail ride here in about an hour or so. Hopefully I'll get some video on that. So 2023 ERX Midwest Ride-In. Inside area here. Got a nice looking Thundercat and a nice looking Storm right inside the door. Popular place in here today because it's pretty cold outside. See if I can get some unobstructed view here. Snowbee, that looks like quite the exhaust system. I think I've seen that one before. Snow ponies. So 4-cylinder cat. The feature of this event is triple cylinder snowmobiles, so I'm not sure inside here if these are all triples. I'm thinking maybe they are. Pretty cool looking moto ski. To get through, we got an open area here. Looks like a custom job here, 650 Kohler red dot engine. This must be a Blizzard, a little tiny snowmobile, great big engine. Chaparral. We got some polished up hardware in here. All the wet. Looks like maybe these are all out of the same collection. That's why they maybe have all the same amount of shine to them. So that kind of down that lineup. Continue along here. Try to keep the video so it's not too long. Here's a Winme Eskimo Scam. Trying to get a ticket here for that, but I got to continue on my way here, get a little more video. Another Winme. New Yamaha. It's kind of a funny looking one. I haven't seen that before. So that's kind of a video slideshow going here. A few other accessories. So this is all the indoor area, indoor seating to get in out of the cold. Food vendors, bar, and like they say, popular spot this morning because it's the warmest spot on the ground. Poor guys out in the swap meet, it's kind of chilly out there. So it's kind of a quick look at the inside of the event, and hopefully we'll get some video from the trail ride and the show a little later. So long for now.
Yeah, so thank you so much to Dirk Seams for that footage. Anything jump out at you, Rob?
Oh, there was a lot of 3 cylinders there. I didn't realize so many companies made 3 cylinders.
Yeah, that is cool to see. A lot of nice race sleds.
Back when I raced, I had a hard time keeping 2 cylinders running. I know how they did it with 3.
Yeah.
Because the middle one would always be the coldest.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, cool. We've got some comments come in. Let's see. James Springer says, Rob, does that 4-stroke AMSOIL for the UTV have a friction modifier in it for engine braking?
Tell him send me an email. I have to double check.
Cool. Did you catch that, James? Yeah, do send that, and he will check on that for you. And maybe next week we can have a follow-up.
Yeah.
Follow up on that. And then David from Alaska Railroad says, Rob, the white sled with orange front bumper was a Trailmaker. The other one was a Polaris Colt. Cool. Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that, with this podcast, the immediacy of, you can put a question out there or something and somebody will have an answer or a comment for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the sense of community and information sharing.
Yeah, because a lot of snowmobiles out there I haven't seen before.
Same here. Yeah, there were so many made in that period. It's impossible to be on top of all of that.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, let's see. We are on item number 5. This is some more footage from a viewer. In fact, Jeff Wesner, he was on the podcast as a guest a couple of months ago, but he sent some footage to us from the Ripon, Wisconsin Snowmobile Show. He sent me quite a few clips, and we've been airing those, and we've got one more clip to air. Let me pull that up.
Hey, this is Jeff with Snow Tracks up for the Vintage Lovers. We're at a vintage show up in Ripon, Wisconsin at Tiger's Bar. And I ran into this beautiful looking sled from Penny's called Foremost. And the owner, what's your name?
My name is Rodney Dragon.
Hey, Rodney. When did you get into snowmobiling, Rodney?
My dad came home with a brand new 71 399 axial flow Panther in December of 70.
December of 70. So you've been kind of in your blood all these years along, I take it, huh?
Yeah, I was, 8 years old, I guess.
Yeah, super. So how did you acquire this beautiful looking Penny sled here?
In the early 70s or mid 70s, my dad saw an article about some guys starting an antique snowmobile club, the Antique Snowmobile Club of America. And he said, you know what, we need to get an old Arctic cat. So that's what we did. And then we just collected them ever since. And that was, I think, 76, 77.
Okay. Was the Antique Club, was that the one out of Green Lake that started? Or a different one?
That is the same group. That was, it really was started down towards the Milwaukee area more. It was Don Smith was number 1, Bud Weeman was number 2, and Dennis Mayer was number 3.
Super. Well, I'm glad to give it some history on the back of this, and it looks like you got a beautiful sled here. What else do you have that you collected?
Have a couple of Arctic Cats, red ones, pair of Model 100s, and 65 Tomcat, 66 141 Deluxe, and a pair of 63 Model 250s. Those are rear engine.
Super. Well, that's a beautiful looking sled. 8 horsepower Kohler in it.
Right. Cast iron 8-horse Kohler. This was built by Arctic Cat. They made 200 of them. And rumor has it, or as the story goes, most of them were shipped to Alaska. And they were used on the pipeline when they were building the pipeline.
Super. All right. Thank you for the interview. I appreciate it. And hope to catch you out on the vintage cycle.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Very cool. Thank you so much to Jeff Wesner for that footage.
I don't think I've ever seen a red Arctic cat.
Same here. Yeah.
He's got 2 of them, he says.
Yeah.
But then I've never seen a white one like that before. But
True. Yeah. And it's true. Back in that day, snowmobiling was so popular that a lot of the major brands were private labeling them for places like Sears, J.C. Penney, Montgomery Ward.
Yep.
Everybody wanted a piece of the action, and it was a way to be a part of it without reinventing the wheel. Yep. Yeah. Well, cool. Now, the other thing, too, I didn't realize this when I was editing that video, but we've got the perfect transition. He was talking about the Antique Snowmobile Club of America in that conversation. And assuming we're talking about the same thing, this next video clip, I was interviewing at Old Forge, New York this summer at the VSCA Show. I was interviewing Dave Guenther, who I believe was the president of that very club. I hope we're talking about the same club. If I've got that wrong, someone please correct me. But I think we're going to meet the current president of that. Let me cue that up here and let's take a look. And we're going to meet Dave Guenther.
My name's Dave Guenther. I'm the president of the Antique Snowmobile Club of America. We're from Minnesota. We spent the last week touring museums all the way across the United States over here to New York. And we are having a ball today at this show. In conjunction with the show, the Antique Snowmobile Club is having a summer meeting. And the Antique Snowmobile Club is dedicated to the history of snowmobiling. The fun of the snowmobiles. The biggest thing is the people.
Yes.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We've really enjoyed finally putting names with faces today. I talked to a lot of these people for 25 years. We're out here, and now we're finally meeting them. It's just been a
wonderful
day. It's been fun.
That is
the rest
cool.
of the week yet too. So.
Nice. Now, do you have a Facebook or YouTube page or anything, or Facebook?
We have a Facebook page.
Website. I'm trying to say.
Antique Snowmobile Club of America. VSCOA.org is our website, and we have. We've issued about 3,000 memberships throughout the United States, Canada, and in Europe.
Yeah.
We were founded back in 1876. We have a lot of members of the clubs that are out there. We have a helpline. If you pick up a snowmobile and you need help with pricing of it, you need finding parts, aftermarket parts, anything like that, we can help with anybody's restoration, history on the machines. We have everybody kind of has their own angle on what they like for sleds. We can come in and help them out. Some people like to collect a sled that was on their grandma and grandpa's farm. Some people have one at their uncle's cabin, or maybe the family had one way back when. Some people like the race sleds. Some people like a specific brand. Myself, I collect Minnesota-made sleds. Everybody has their angle, they have their fun and their reason for doing it.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is they're pulling these things out of the weeds, they're giving them a second life, and giving them a good home.
How you doing, Gary?
Good. This is real good.
Gary's our Minnesota director.
Nice.
Say a few words.
Sure, yeah.
A few words. This is a really good show we're coming to this year. It's a nice, different area, different sleds. It's going well. We appreciate it.
Good, yeah. And I think it's wonderful to see the Eastern enthusiasts and the Midwestern enthusiasts mixing it up and getting to know each other and
Get to know, come together.
It's fun, yeah. We have talked about doing this for years.
Yeah.
Coming over here, doing this, and it's been just the trip here has been half the adventure.
That's amazing.
It's been good.
So yeah, Herb Yancey's over there. He's talking to some people, but once he's done, we'll go over and say hi to him. He's one of the great Eastern racers. Wow, look at the shine on this thing. On both of these, really. They're both owned by Russell Strife. How does he get that shine like that? Unbelievable. So I bet if this could talk, it would have some stories to tell. Andy Miller Racing. So this is owned by Russell Strife as well. And these trophies, I don't know if these are racing trophies or show trophies. Very impressive.
Yeah, he showed me that dirt bike. He's got a 580 road tax. Did he get it finished? Wasn't quite running yet when we got that. The motor was in it. It's running now. Is it? Yeah. I'm like, that's a death wish right there. It's a lot of motor for a little bike. Hey, Dave! Come on. So are these the trophies that we can this one? Yeah. Yep, these are all Dave's. These are the ones Dave definitely has to move stuff. He brought them up here.
You got a hat?
That one's here. Yep. That one, they're all in the museum.
Awesome.
Everybody gets a hat. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
All right, so we're in tent number 2. I need to go film in tent number 1, but I promised I'd meet somebody at 3:45, and it is almost that. So I'm going to wind down this podcast, but I'll be going live all weekend. So if you like what you're looking at and want to see more, I still have to do that tent over there, and I have to do inside, and I want to try to catch up with as many exhibitors for interviews as I can. So this is just the beginning, my friends. So stay tuned to this page throughout the weekend. I'll be going live as much as I can. Just check out what's here. If you catch me live, great. If you catch me after the fact, the live podcast that I did isn't going anywhere, so it'll be there waiting for you. Thank you so much, guys, for viewing, especially all the nice guys who've made comments today. Really appreciate it. And I've got to go meet with Ed Stab, the organizer, but I'll be coming live again either later today or tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Yeah, so good times at the VSCA Show in Old Forge last summer. Anything jump out at you?
Well, that Chaparral had an AMSO sticker on it.
Oh, yeah.
But the trophies there were the Eagles from Eagle River.
Yes, nice.
So that machine must have won at Eagle River one time.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, those machines won a lot of places.
Yeah, especially that independent front suspension.
Yes.
Yeah. And I need to get Dave on this podcast sometime. It may not be until next season, but I've got his business card and everything, so I do need to reach out to him. He would be great to interview and to bring on live, because he mentioned that he collects Minnesota-built sleds.
Yeah.
And that'd be a great time to do like we just did with Jim, with him, and have a look at those.
Yeah.
So I need to reach out with him and see if we can make something like that happen. And then the other side note, you heard me mention that I was hoping to catch up with Herb Yancey for an interview. And when I was interviewing Dave, you could see him walking around back and forth. And whenever I was free to speak to him, he was speaking to someone, and it just didn't happen. And it's unfortunate because the sled he had, that racing motoski, I think it's an 82 racing motoski, won People's Choice Award. So I would have loved to catch him. Would have loved to catch him for an interview beside that sled and find out more about that sled. But next time. But well, cool. So yeah, we're at the top of the hour. Time to wind it down. Any final thoughts before we close out the
Great
program?
show, large selection of snowmobiles this time.
Yeah, and it's always fun having Jim on. He always brings a lot to it.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool deal. Yeah, so thank you to Rob, thank you to Jim, thank you to all the viewers, and we've got some cool stuff coming up for you next week. We're going live again the 9th, March 9th. So circle back here in 1 week's time, and we'll be waiting for you with another live show.
Have a good week, Mike.
Yes, and oh, by the way, just as a preview, we've got the Nast Beatty race team on next week for interviews. They've been racing all winter, and they're going to have some video clips and images and stories about what they've been doing here for the last month or so. So do be sure and check up with that the 9th, 1 week's time. Oh, and we've got a couple comments come in. Let's take these real quick. Reese Fleury says, great show. Thank you. You're very welcome. And as does David from Alaska Railroad. Cool deal. Yeah. Well, thank you to everyone, the viewers, and to Rob and to Jim. Really appreciate it. And as always, we give the last word to our friends at Amsoil.
Great show. We'll see you next week, Mike.
Yes, indeed. Thanks so much. Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Amsoil. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your Amsoil products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what Amsoil is and why you should consider using Amsoil products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. Amsoil is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses Amsoil for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that Amsoil is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because Amsoil doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And Amsoil likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of Amsoil is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, Amsoil says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the Amsoil bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the Amsoil. Amsoil's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So Amsoil is an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running Amsoil than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And Amsoil is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that Amsoil has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the Amsoil experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
Amsoil has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, Amsoil will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. Amsoil sends you extra gifts, $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value, and this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering Amsoil. Is that correct?
It is. It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an Amsoil order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer discount, or sorry, preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the preferred customer program page, where you can take advantage of all these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to a product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an Amsoil account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name, and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to Amsoil. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for Amsoil under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your Amsoil Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters "free DVD requests" so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering Amsoil as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from Amsoil, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from Amsoil. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the Amsoil marketing plan. Amsoil has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods, we have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure, for sure. So when you sign up under that that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL.
Wonderful.
People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the products.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL is a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.